welcome back. Today is another sewing series video. If you missed the first video, which I will link up above, I have been taking sewing classes here in New York at the New York Sewing Center, which is here in the Garment District. In that video, I explained why I'm taking sewing classes and what I hope to learn and things like that. And so many of you guys shared with me your own stories with sewing, or your mother, your grandmother, people in your family sewing, and who knew that how many of you guys like sewing too. So I'm excited that we get to share that together now. And you guys also offered some really great advice, so thank you, and please keep it coming. In today's video, I'm going to share with you about class number 3 and 4 and unbox my new sewing machine with you and continue to share my thoughts on sewing because it's something that I really want to get more into and make time for. Alright, so class number 3, this is when I started to get really comfortable with threading the sewing machine and just general sewing in general. I feel like I had done it a lot of times at that point, and also outside of class when I was at home, I would just read over the instructions because I was so excited to just get back into class. And so I feel like I sort of memorized how to do it, and I was excited to do it, and it just started to feel like it's becoming second nature. So class 3 was sort of the second half of the 4-class series where we really started diving into our first clothing project. For me, that was a skirt. We could choose between a skirt or pants, and so knowing me, I just love skirts, so I chose a mini skirt pattern. So in order to make this skirt, we had to learn how to read a pattern properly and also how to properly cut fabric, because there is a lot more to it than I had initially realized. We also learned what it means to account for ease, whether you want to have a little bit more ease or less ease, and how different fabrics tie into ease, and also how the sizes on traditional patterns are not the same as the size guides that we use today. So there is some math involved. But yeah, let's go to day 3. Alright, so you might have seen in those clips that I made a little bit of a mistake with my first garment, which, you know, is to be expected. I'm going to make mistakes while I'm learning. So what happened was, when I was cutting the pattern out, there are little indicators where you need to make a hole for this pattern, and really just, it's a little snip just to mark an area. And I made that snip instead of on the ends of the fabric, I made it right in the middle of the fabric the way that it was folded in the side that I did it on. Anyways, obviously can't have a hole right in the middle of the skirt. So the teacher actually advised me to just create another seam. So instead of just 2 seams on the side of the skirt, there was 4 seams on the skirt. But the only issue with that was that my fabric was patterned. So when I did that, the polka dots weren't lining up. So it just didn't look the way that I feel like it should look if I actually would want to wear the skirt. So it was good practice, just sewing, and a good learning experience. But that did mean that I had to start over again with the skirt in the next class. Alright, so with day 4 being over, I finished the skirt, which I am really proud of. It is a little bit wrinkled right now because it's been folded up for a while. I took these classes back in September, so this has been folded up for a little bit, but yeah, it's got an elastic waist and it comes out a little bit. I think it would be really cute paired with a white button-up shirt. It feels very summer in Italy vibes with like a pair of cat eye sunglasses and maybe like a nice like scarf like wrapped around, like a silk scarf. Yeah, that's the vibe of this giving. So I don't know, maybe summer vibes in the skirt, but yeah, I thought that it was cute. And this is the second version that does not have the seam down the middle. So yeah, it's nice. And I don't know, I feel like now I've sort of learned to appreciate little details like this and just kind of, I don't know, looking a little bit closer at garments and starting to understand how they are made. I also had time to start working on a top, which is unfinished, but it's a little matching top now, and it has a drawstring at the top and in the bottom, so it's like a strapless, or I can put easily quick little straps on it. But the thing about it that I love about this too is that if I am making a top for myself, I can choose where the straps go, because something I am self-conscious about that I have shared on my YouTube before is that I have wide shoulders. I don't know why, I just do. I don't know, probably genetic thing, but anyways, I can choose like how wide or narrow the straps are on my own body. So I think that's just really cool that you can make custom pieces for yourself, or if you're someone who, you know, designs for others. Here it is, mini length, so cute. I love just like a little easy breezy mini skirt. So from here, with all 4 days of the class being sadly over, I knew that I wanted to continue learning, and the section of classes that I did was called 101, so it's really the intro to sewing. After that, they have not really a clear path, but of like 102 necessarily. They do have a 102, but it's really just sort of an open come in, sew what you want, and there's a teacher there if you need to ask questions, but it's not like a guided class. But they do have other classes that I am excited to try. I just signed up for the alterations workshop, so I will actually bring in a couple pieces that I have that I need to alter. I have a skirt that's too big, and a pair of pants that are too big, and then a top where the straps are too long. So I will bring those into class and learn how to start doing alterations, which I'm really excited about. So that's at the end of this month. And then I also wanted to just start practicing on my own at home, because I feel like In today's day and age, there are so many tutorials online on YouTube and so many other places, blogs, Instagram, TikTok. And I feel like once you get the basics down, you can kind of start to really teach yourself. So I decided to buy a sewing machine. So I'm going to show you the unboxing of the sewing machine now. Hello guys, so I did a thing. And that thing is that I bought a sewing machine. I'm really excited about this. This specific sewing machine is the same sewing machine that we used in class. I wanted specifically to get the same sewing machine that we had been using in class because it's the one that I learned on and I know how it works. And for a complete beginner like me, it just is so much easier to just keep practicing on the one that I learned on. And that was kind of one of the reasons why I took the class too, is because I could have just done a little bit of research online, bought any sewing machine, and then tried to learn from there. But I thought in taking the class, there would be a sewing machine there that all of us students were using that would clearly be a good one for beginners, because they're not going to give us something that's super advanced. So this is actually really exciting. So, bum, bada, bum. This is really heavy. So here it is. It is the Janome. I think the teacher pronounced it Janome instead of Jano, but you guys let me know if you know. My Style 100. So I found this on Amazon, but the time is now. So I can see in the back, oh, this is clearly the foot pedal. And here's a sewing machine. So, yay! This is clearly a very basic machine, but honestly, I think it's great. It comes with a warranty and a instruction manual, and then I just pulled apart this from the front, and inside it has 2 bobbins in there, and then it has some extra just like pieces. For example, this piece that goes to on the top back right here, which is where you wind the thread in. I'm going to read the instruction manual a bit just to make sure that I set this up the right way.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore.
Okay, I think I have it all set up, so I'm going to attempt to sew something on this just with some scrap fabric that I have from making my skirt in class. At the New York Sewing Center, they have kits that you can buy, which has all the essentials that you need for sewing, which you can buy there for, I think it was $50. But it has inside of it a tomato pin cushion, some pins, fabric scissors, some black and white fabric, a fabric measuring tape, a seam ripper, a pencil, a little ruler, and this paper for making like markings. So I think what I'm going to attempt to do is to first wind my bobbin and feed the yarn through the needle. So I usually end up doing this in class, so let me see if I can figure this out outside of class. I take meticulous notes in class, so if I ever get stuck, I can just refer back to my own notes that I took. Okay, I'm going to press down on the foot pedal and hopefully wind the bobbin. Let's see how this goes. Oh. There we go. Wow, I did it! Yay, this is so exciting. I know it's like little things, but it's very exciting. So Also, the kit that I chose, they had different color ones, and obviously I chose the pink one. But anyways, we'll do that. So it's in like a P. Put it in the bottom here. Side. The part I find very difficult is threading the needle. Apparently some sewing machines will thread the needle for you automatically, but this one doesn't. You have to do it yourself. And it is very tiny. Okay, I'm very excited now because I think I actually just did it right. So this is my scrap fabric that I have from class. You can see it's all cut kind of funny because I was cutting out a pattern. But I'm just going to practice sewing. Oh, these scissors are so good. Fabric scissors are very good. Yeah, I'm just going to, I don't know, practice some stitches, just get used to the machine and doing stuff, not being in class. These tomato pin cushions are so fun. I remember my mom had one in like a sewing box as a kid. And I love that my kit came with the pink pins. Pin cushion for the very first time. I'm just going to practice sewing these two pieces together, so. Alright, here we go. It works! Alright, so for the most part, I know you can't really see it because it's a dark fabric and a darker thread, but let's see. Yeah. Seems like it worked out. I was getting a little bit messed up in the beginning. I don't know, something was getting caught, but it seems to all be fixed now, and I just sewed this little scrap piece of fabric. So yay, I'm just gonna keep practicing doing straight lines and, you know, just see where it takes me. Alright, so that was obviously filmed back in September. So I've had a sewing machine for a little while. Things ended up getting really busy with Vlogmas and things get really busy at work in November, December, and I kind of just didn't pick it up as much as I would like to, but I've started to kind of decide what I want to do next, start practicing things. I did start teaching myself how to make a makeup bag, which I showed you guys in like briefly in Vlogmas, and I think on another video too I just kind of quickly showed you the makeup bag. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of seeing what do I enjoy making and just having fun with it. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated on this learning process and the sewing journey, and I have so many ideas in my head of things I want to try making. But anyways, that's my sewing update, all the things going on in my little corner of the internet. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, please keep sharing your sewing tips with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, check out the Fashion Squirrel as well over on Instagram. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.